Hello everybody, it is Anna and welcome back to my channel. So in this video there aren't really going to be any huge cuts or artificial lighting. I'm filming with daylight and yeah, I've been thinking about doing this video ever since this thing came up, and I've been thinking about it every single day. And today after school, I just came home from school like 15 minutes ago, and I have no homework today, so I thought I'll just get out the camera and start talking. I guess you could say that I've changed, or I don't know, I've become a different person. And many people have been letting me know that I've changed and that they think it's unfair towards them for me to be a different person or not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They think that I'm a different person than I was before, and yes, of course I am. And I don't know what exactly you want to hear from me in response to a comment that literally says, "You've changed so much, I hate it, blah blah blah." And this is me trying to get at something. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video. What I am getting at is that I've changed, yes, but it's open for you to interpret how I've changed. You can see it out of a negative perspective and say, oh my god, this is really bad, this is not going to work out, I have to unsubscribe, this, that. Or you can see it out of a positive perspective and acknowledge that maybe with my other way of living, which I will explain to you in a few moments, there will come positive things. If you look at my channel, maybe my new, not really personality, but my new way of thinking, my new way of life is going to benefit my channel in many different ways, which I see it as that. I've always had problems on my channel, not necessarily with haters, just people always commenting on me being a different person, or me trying to be someone I am not, or me changing myself for fame. As you grow more, and through that you grow through experience, and you grow through being let down, you grow through getting hated on or getting bullied, whatever. You grow through that, and I see it as a positive step. I think if a YouTuber doesn't go through a phase where he questions his channel existence, it's never gonna be something big. I want to say that I started my channel when I had just turned 15. Now I just turned 16 recently, and I've been doing it for over a year now. So basically 14, well 13, from 13 to like 18 for girls, it's like you don't know who you are. I woke up wanting to be nothing. I went through a time in my life where I woke up every morning and thought to myself, I don't want to be here. I don't want to live life anymore. And I went through a phase where I questioned my existence, and I questioned basically who I really am and my behavior. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I was on earth for a reason. And I didn't believe that anyone would ever be able to really love me. And you get a little bit cold when you go through a phase like that. You get into this wheel of constant sadness, and you get into a mood where normal people would want to get out of, but there comes a point where you're so like sad and depressed, and I was depressed. I don't want to really like talk about it so much, but I do suffer from depression. And I suffered from it for a good amount of time, and I'm happy to say, on a more positive note, that I'm not depressed right now. Haven't been falling back into old patterns for a long time, but there was a time where I don't know, I didn't want myself to exist. I didn't want me to succeed because I was in this wheel of sadness. It's hard to explain something like this to someone that doesn't know what it feels like to be depressed. Depression is a very, 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 very bad thing. I suffered for a good 3/4 of a year, maybe a year. I suffered from depression, and I suffered from shyness and anxiety and being scared to death of what people would think of me. And sorry, I don't want to get emotional right now, but every time I talk about this, I get emotional because yes, I've changed, and I changed because I didn't like who I was or who I wanted to be. I didn't like my appearance. I didn't like my personality. I didn't like anything about myself for a very long time, and I've changed. And for people that don't know me, they see it as me being arrogant, full of myself, too much self-love, and me being like some spoiled bitch. Like, sorry, but it's like that. But really, I'm not trying to be like that. Like, to come across as arrogant or whatever. I'm trying to love myself, where I was trying to love myself a lot more, and in the beginning phases that can come off as arrogant and full of oneself and in love with oneself too much, because self-love is a good thing. One person once sent me a private message on Instagram. This one girl was like, do you ever even like have problems in your life? Do you ever struggle with like boys and whatever, because your life seems so perfect? And I sat there and kind of laughed, chuckled at that comment, because I wouldn't say it's dumb, but it's not dumb. I'm taking that back. But it's just too easily thought. What you see on YouTube is me. It's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of me. And in those few minutes, you can pretend. You can be in a good mood. You can put yourself into a good mood, into a better mood, into a different mood over a short period of time very, very easily, or at least I can. And an Instagram account doesn't really reflect on my life. My Instagram account has basically nothing or close to nothing to do with what my life like actually looks like. So yeah, if I were to have a realistic like my life Instagram accounts, there would be stress, there would be studying, there would be struggles, there would be tears, there would be, of course, laughter and time with the friends and family and loved ones, whatever, but there would also be depression, there would be anxiety, there would be panic attacks. Another thing about me, I guess if I'm already going to talk about it, I'll just put it out there. If I'm in a stressful situation, like very, very stressful, and it looks like there's no way out, or it seems like it's going to be very hard to deal with this problem, this situation, I get very hyped up about it very, very quickly. I panic. I can't stop thinking about something, or that thing. I analyze things way too much. I interpret way too much. I don't know. I just get really panicky and think the world is gonna end. And at the end, it always turns out fine. It always turns out fine. And even though that may take 20 minutes for a problem to be solved. It may take a month, but in the end, it's always fine. I tell myself that every single time a hard phase of my life is over, but I always seem to forget it. I always seem to forget that things are going to be fine. Things are going to be okay. You're going to live. You're going to learn. You're going to be happy again. And so I changed my way of living. I changed my way of thinking. After all that's happened to me, to today, I guess, you don't know half of what's going on in my life. Certainly not as a subscriber that tunes in once a week. You don't know every detail of my life, my struggles, my strengths, my positive and negative thoughts. You don't know those. You don't know about my opinion to certain things, on certain things, sorry. That's also why I'm recreating myself, recreating my way of living, my way of thinking, to not just let life fly by like that. You gotta think about the mistakes you've made. Think about what people have done to you, what you've done to people, how that turned out, and learn from it. And next time, you don't have to go through that again. Next time, you will be smarter and you won't do the things you did. At the moment, I'm trying to love myself. I'm trying to deal with that I don't need certain people in my life to be happy. I don't need certain things to be happy. I can be happy with myself. I can be happy with all the beautiful things I have, and I am so fortunate to be able to own, and I can find happiness in smaller things, and I don't need people to love me. I don't need people to like me. I don't need people to whatever. I need myself. I need myself to love me. I need myself to like me. I need myself to respect me. I need myself to... I need myself for everything. I need myself more than anyone else. It's a way for me to deal with things. It's a way for me to stay alive, so to say. And yeah, so I hope you understand my points. It was a very rambly video. It's way too long. I doubt anyone will watch it to the end, but if you did, hello. So this was me basically, as you heard, giving my input on the rumors. You've changed, you've become this, you're so arrogant, this and that. And I hope you now have a different perspective on me, and I don't even know why I'm doing this. I guess I'm just doing this for myself because really I don't need to please anybody. I don't need to stand up for something I know is not true the way it has been told and has been talked about. It should be enough for me to know that it's not true. Just one last thing I want to say is, it's not cool to be sad. It's not cool to be sad. It's okay to be sad sometimes. Sometimes. But don't get into this whole trend thing where it's like, I want to have depression. I'm gonna make up a disease that I clearly don't have and that I should be thankful to not have, to gain Instagram followers or whatever. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard. Don't act suicidal if you're not. Don't write depressed quotes into your I don't know, Instagram biography. Don't post sad snaps if you're not sad at all. People like to see the happy side. People like to see the confident side. People like to see happy people. People become happy through happy people. And they don't want to see the sad you if you're not sad at all. Be proud of your happiness.